All right, we're live. Coming at you from Pittsburgh, the Arctic Circle. NVDA earnings, or as some people still say it incorrectly, NVIDIA. What's the alleged time? 4 p.m. Eastern sharp. I'm sure we're going to have to wait 5 minutes. How's everyone's day? Is everyone ready for market earnings? It's as if the entire market's reporting. At least that's how the SPY options are priced. Would anyone like to come up and speak to Planet Earth? Why you think about that? I'm going to read the tape right quick. S&P futures are down 0.1%. Nasdaq's down 0.23%. The Dow is up 0.29%. We'll look into that in a second. Russell's down 0.22%. VIX futures are up 3%. Treasuries are down long term, taking a bigger beating, of course. Gold's up 0.78%. Crude is down 0.29%. Nat gas is up 6.94%. Congrats to, you know what I'm talking about. Bitcoin's up 2.15%, which of course means MicroStrategy is going to launch to the stratosphere. Asian markets appear mixed, or I guess Shanghai index was up 0.39%. Japan, the Nikkei was down 0.46%. The dollar is up 0.56% today versus other currencies. Fantastic. The SPY is currently on a tear from today's lows. Just zoomed past 590. The SPY is now flat for the day. I think we were down, 0.9% earlier? Something like that? Somebody's got fractional shares. Fractional shares of Bitcoin? Is that what you have? No, those aren't shares. Shares imply you get paid if the underlying fails. Yeah, you don't get anything if Bitcoin fails. You get a I don't know, maybe you get like a make believe trophy. I held to the bottom. No gambled in the future. That's correct. You're mostly awake. That's good. Did you have breakfast, late breakfast, brunch? You don't feel good. You're poor, though, so it's nothing new. I know people who say they're poor, but they're not really poor. Like, they make good money. It's pretty odd. I don't know if you're that person, but hey, if you're in the U.S., you're probably not poor, but, just depends on your perspective. There are a couple of bums outside. They're pretty poor. I can guarantee that. Talking in the middle of the night, yes. Well, depending on where you are. It's for NVIDIA. You just bought some 165 throwaway calls on NVIDIA. I had some 160 calls earlier that I bought. I cashed those out, and I took a pretty bullish trade. I did a buy right, and then I bought, the buy right's for December, and then I bought put spreads expiring this week as a hedge. We'll see what happens. Would be amazing if NVIDIA just tanked the markets. For a second, I read that as I got my shingle NVIDIA, but you said single NVIDIA December 150 call ready for this event. Good luck with the IV crush. I hope NVIDIA goes to $4 trillion market cap. SPY had a big move down earlier. Now it's had a big move up, Andy. Everything is still chewing. That's good. It's good to chew. Allegory of the cave of being poor. Indeed. Allegory is a word that poor Americans don't understand. You feel poor, but you have a place to stay in a car, so you're winning. This is true. You have TSDD as a hedge. Welcome that. Welcome that? Is that what the kids say? TSDD? That's, oh, what is this for? Wait, the Tesla, that's your hedge on NVIDIA? If you, or you just crash in general. I think last I checked, let's bring up the scanner. Let's check the scanner. All right, NVIDIA. Let's do the past 3 days. Let's look for stocks that have a 0.95 correlation with NVIDIA over the past 3 days on an hourly chart. We have VRT, Vertiv Holdings, and Newmont. So this was the same earlier. And I'm sure if we check both of those, let's see. Not that they will indeed move the exact same as NVIDIA through earnings, but Vertiv, I wouldn't be surprised if it moved with NVIDIA. That wouldn't be too surprising. It's at 137. Maybe we could do a hedge. I'm hedging up quite a bit. Why not more? Let's see. What does this give us? $153 for $347 for $153 of risk. Can we open that up? Let's see. 128. We need some liquidity here. We could do some throwaway puts. And if we're wrong, we make good money on NVIDIA. I do like the idea of hedging with Vertiv because they do service data centers. Let's check. How about we check? Let's do on a minute basis, and then we're going to do, how about we do 30 minutes? And we'll keep it at 0.95 correlation. Got Broadcom, that makes sense. ST Microelectronics, AMD, McDonald's. McDonald's trading like NVIDIA over the past 30 minutes. And Disney. Let's check those. Let's confirm. All right, NVIDIA's right here. Let's see. Looks kind of similar. There's NVIDIA. There's McDonald's. Yeah, kind of similar. Vertiv. Oh, Vertiv looks quite different, actually. I guess just the past 3 days, mostly. JP Morgan had a high correlation with NVIDIA earlier. Very interesting. Broadcom, is that still... too many A's in that apple. All right, Broadcom. Yeah, Broadcom looks quite similar. Let's check Broadcom's IV. IVR. Clicking all over the place here. IVR is 46. Oh, sorry, this is NVIDIA. Oh, wow. IVR is not that high for NVIDIA. I mean, relatively speaking. But that is compared to the 10% market correction in August, for which NVIDIA dropped, what, like 20, 25%? Something like that? Broadcom's implied volatility rank is higher than NVIDIA's. Interesting. Let's check the put prices. Maybe we can use Broadcom. I don't know if that would drop as much as Vertiv, but let's see what we got here. I think this is perhaps a far better hedge. That's at the expected move, so we'd basically be betting, or at least as a hedge, that it's going to move more than markets anticipate. I'll take that hedge. All right, what was that? What do we have? It was 157.5, long 157.5 put expiring Friday. short the 150 put expiring Friday, and that was, I think maybe I paid 77 cents. We'll call it 77. So risk $77 to make 673. And I went ahead and bought 10. So that's a good hedge on my NVIDIA buy right, even though I have put spreads on NVIDIA. But I structured it so in a way that if it does tank, it's going to have to move to like 120, like below 120. It's going to have to really move. And if it's going that far, it's going to move the entire market. So I think I'm all hedged up. I think I'm good with that. Who knows? Maybe we see NVIDIA hit $4 trillion in market cap. Expectations are too high. I completely agree. But they started talking about quantum computing. I think, when was it? 3 months ago? I think I mentioned that was coming. And they're starting to advertise that. So I'm curious. I remember what they did when cryptocurrency mining was dying out, I guess because of FTX or whatever. And their growth went to basically zero. And then they pivoted. They said, now the new thing is AI. And, well, the rest is history. So I wonder if they're going to try to do that again as growth flattens, or I don't know if growth will go back down to zero. I think right now they're expecting like 43% revenue growth year over year. So, or I believe next year. Sorry, that's for next year. So I'd be very surprised if 43% went to even, the teens. That would be, man, NVIDIA would probably tank by 50%. So I don't see that happening at all. But if there is some growth moderation, I think this year they were expecting over 100% revenue growth. So that's dropping down to an expected about 43, 45%. So already you can tell there's been a peak in their growth, and now growth is slowing. So we'll see if this is the cue for old Jensen Huang to come out and say, guess what, guys? The latest, greatest thing is quantum computing, and we're going to add that to our growth market for data centers. And then maybe we see $4 trillion market cap. Who knows? I wouldn't bet money that NVIDIA is going to shoot up, and that's what Jensen's going to say. But, things can happen. How much market cap does it have to get to 170 a share? That's probably around $4 trillion. Let's see. Right now, it is at just under 3.6. So another 400, that would be 12%, about 11%. So yeah, it would be, 170. Yeah, that would be something like, I don't know, 4.1 trillion, something like that. Just doing my head math. All right. Let's bring up the big chart here. And I could go full screen, but I kind of want to watch the markets, see how the markets move. Kathy still plays with NVIDIA? Is that a question? I don't know. Shakes my head indeed. SMH, yeah, how was SMH looking? I don't want to be like those streamers that click away and they miss all the action. SMH, yeah, maybe you could have hedged with SMH. It looks more expensive than Broadcom, actually. Let's go back to the action. All right. Quantum package enlargement. That sounds like something else. QPE. Yeah, market's closed. It's just a matter of time. Quantum joke. I wonder if YouTube recognizes that word. I didn't even know what that was until maybe I think this year somebody mentioned it. Actually, I think it was you that kept mentioning it. The agent of destruction. I'm pretty sure every 5 messages you put in the server contains the word joke. That's how I learned what joke is. I am sharing my screen. I'm live on YouTube if you want to follow along there. If you want to talk, then this is the place to be. I can't bring you up on YouTube. You can track me down and come into my apartment, I suppose. But, yeah, you could just... I'll bring you up in Discord if you'd like to speak. Let's see. The world waits patiently. Let me check. Let me do flexible grid real quick. MicroStrategy is tanking. Look at that. Whoa. All right. Back to the action. What do we got? Like a few minutes? Yeah, YouTube has a nice little lag. Yeah, about 5 seconds. I don't even think that's not something I set up or anything. That's just how the internet works. And then if you're like some foreign poor country, then the lag is probably worse. Nothing against poor countries. I love poor countries. You can have my tourism dollars. I am surprised that well, I guess I don't know how surprised I am. I'm a bit surprised that IVR wasn't even as high as the last quarter. I feel like until NVIDIA slows down, IVR should just continuously get higher and higher. Or rather, as NVIDIA just keeps tearing up, you know, IVR should be higher and higher every single earnings report. But it wasn't as high this time. I suppose it is coming off the correction in August. So IVR was going to be high anyway. What did you do on NVIDIA? Oh, you bought strangles? Oh, man, good luck to you. Man, those are expensive strangles. Intel got delisted. No, Intel didn't get delisted. Oh, man, that would be bad. Can you imagine? Oh, that would be unfortunate. No, they got removed from the Dow. They got replaced by NVIDIA in the Dow. Which is funny because I think, what was it, early this year? Everything, I think you remember, Cam. Early this year, made the joke, they're going to replace Intel with NVIDIA when Intel's at a near an all-time low and NVIDIA's near an all-time high. It was a joke, and they did exactly that. Frankly, I thought they should have added Broadcom. Like, nothing against NVIDIA, but Broadcom makes more sense as a Dow stock. It has a decent dividend, good dividend track record. It's a more stable business. The stock price has been melting up, but you know the people managing the Dow, they don't really care about buying at all-time highs anymore. They do seem like they're just chasing returns now. Sort of an existential crisis going on for them. I mean, who uses the Dow? But yeah, I guess this was like political. You know, they needed to do something. But Broadcom made much more sense as an addition to the Dow. They handle cyclicality in the semiconductor chip industry much better than NVIDIA. Don't get me wrong, NVIDIA's just been, you know, they've been a meteor, but the Dow classically doesn't invest in meteors, you know, or they don't add meteors to the Dow 30. So, yeah, we'll see. I hope NVIDIA doesn't crash, you know, after the Dow adds it, and then nobody's going to want to touch the Dow. I mean, I don't know who wants to touch the Dow already. Let me bring up the flex grid. I'm going to glance at Palo Alto. How's that one doing? Oh, it's down. Not bad. I'll wait and see if we get a buy opportunity in Palo Alto. It's a great company. Maybe potential for a growth at a reasonable price. NVIDIA's presentation is live. I think people's streams get taken down if they stream it. So perhaps we can just imagine what it's like to be there. What was it I mentioned they might talk about? I'm pretty sure they're going to talk about quantum computing, whatever. What is it? The Blackwell processors? Is that what they're calling them? I don't know why they got to be black, but not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, their PowerPoint is on their investors page. Let's check the movement first. I don't want to put up the PowerPoint and then NVIDIA starts going crazy. We can't see anything. Oh, Snowflake launching? Let's bring in the Flex Grid. Oh, Snowflake is launching. Oh, man. I guess they caught a break. Wait, did Snowflake and Palo Alto report? Bold. What's not really moving yet, Andy. So, are you sure that I don't know if that's the recent presentation, Andy. That might be from last quarter. Because otherwise, I am pretty sure that the stock would be moving. 405 coming up.
Yeah, NVIDIA doesn't report earnings until 4:20 Eastern.
4:20.
It's always 4:20 Eastern.
Oh, okay. See, Andy,
Just wanted to let you guys know.
if the stock price isn't moving, it's your fault. You're wrong. The markets are always right. I sold some interesting spreads on Cassava Sciences, Sava, however you want to say them. A bit risky, but I like the payout. But I basically I bought weekly calls. I think strike 27, and I sold next week's call, strike 28. And I'm just going to try to roll those. And, oh, okay. Thinkorswim's closing me out for no real reason. All right, whatever. That's fine. Ah, man. Okay, so NVIDIA, not until 420. I was hoping, I left some spy calls on the table just in case they reported early and they launched. And then my spy calls are going to do quite well. But that's okay. Take your money, TD Ameritrade. Oh, we got a nice turnout for NVIDIA. What's IonQ doing? All right, so what, we got 10 minutes. Okay. Let's check some other stocks. IonQ. Oh. Yeah, that's a scam. Or I think they're working with NVIDIA now. Is that right? Snowflake is, yeah, doing really well. Palo Alto, what are they at? At 370? I might sell puts on Palo Alto tomorrow. Palo Alto's a great company. I know people that work there say they don't like it and it's a pain, but who actually likes working at any company? What's Seva doing? Nothing. How about MicroStrategy? Man, look at MicroStrategy. That was a hell of a move. Even market makers are trying to figure out what the hell to do there. What time is earnings? No, 4:20. I don't know if how long ago that comment appeared, but yes, I am going to be live more often. I think maybe not every single day, but Mondays and Fridays for sure. And then maybe we have some big event. I don't think I don't know if anybody really cares about Powell talking. I mean, if we have another crazy pandemic or recession, and then Powell has to come on and he says we're cutting interest rates to zero, and that would be interesting. But Powell just coming on to say we're going to do the same thing we've been saying we're going to do, yeah, I won't stream for stuff like that. NVDA earnings, yeah, exciting stuff, very exciting. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't stream the actual event. Then I get canceled. And for those wondering, I'm talking to the people on YouTube. And people on YouTube, if you're wondering who else I'm talking to people in Discord. So I think my Discord server link is in the About section of my channel. What do we got, 7 minutes? Palantir, or how does everybody say it? Palantir? They say Palantir in the movies, right? In Lord of the Rings. Every time, a lot of times I say Palantir, people like laugh as if I'm saying it wrong. I'm like, wait, you didn't see the movie? Oh, down slightly. Is my Only Feet link in there too? No, unfortunately. No, that's the $1,000 a month tier. How much you guys pay to see Bill Huang's feet? Is there a dollar amount for that? Or is it priceless? Yeah, if you're new on YouTube, welcome. Feel free to join the server, the Discord server. Or not. That's good too. But if you're curious who I'm talking to, and if it sounds like I'm talking to myself, you should probably join the Discord server. Pay to see Bill Huang's feed, the feed of him in prison. Imagine if he gets a cigarette business going in prison, and then he applies leverage, and then he blows up again, but this time it's in prison, and it's with cigarettes. And he managed, say like 1,000 cartons of cigarettes, but he was leveraged like 5,000 cartons of cigarettes, and then he blows up and he owes everybody cartons of cigarettes. We all know what would happen to him in that situation. Poor guy got hoanged for no reason. Well, I'm pretty sure there was a reason, but, a little bit of fraud. Oh, by the way, he's done it before, but the markets said, as long as you make me really fantastic returns before you blow up, I'm good with this. Kind of like crypto and Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. A lot of parallels. Yeah, the onion is here. The onion, idiocracy, it's fantastic. And we wait. Is this the most exciting thing for everyone's week? Imagine someone's significant other is giving birth right now, and you're here. You're waiting for NVIDIA's earnings. I think someone just left because they forgot that their significant other was giving birth. Yeah, I like that that onion video. That one was good. Perfect. Is everyone saving their energy for the actual report? What do we got? 3 minutes? Oh, yeah, Hood. Hood has been crazy. Where's King D? He said there was no way Hood was going to hit 37. Didn't hit like 38? All right, let's see. I'm bringing this up real quick. So, NVIDIA, last year, 126% revenue growth. Last fiscal year that ended January, that is. This fiscal year ending January, they're expecting 107%. Next fiscal year ending January 26, they're expecting 46.5% revenue growth. So that's pretty insane. Let's see, what's that free cash flow? $85.6 billion compared to what? Almost $3.6 trillion market cap. That would have to be $150 billion in free cash flow for it to be a 5% yield. That's insane. Got about a minute and a half. How's the SPY? Yeah, SPY's doing all right. MicroStrategy, the most important stocks in the market right now. What about GME? Everybody forgot about GME, huh? I guess not really. It's been moving. DJT? DJT definitely feels like the new GME. What are you guys' thoughts? For me, when I say that, I mean I'm trading it the way I used to trade GME, where I just sell strangles, sell puts, whatever, buy rights. I mean, the premiums are fantastic. And it starts going down, and then Trump just says something, and then it goes up 10%, at least. It's fantastic. Any thoughts on super microcomputer? Oh, I got thoughts. Yeah, let's see. 30 seconds of thoughts. They are being investigated for fraud. So typically that's very bad. And they've been investigated for fraud before. They were actually delisted in 2019. And then they were re-added to the NASDAQ, or I'm sorry, to the New York Stock Exchange. They have a track record of doing this, and they were already delisted once. If you're invested in SMCI, it doesn't matter if it went up yesterday or for a few days and whatever. You got lucky because people got hopeful and shorts covering whatever. It's not a good idea to invest in a company that's being investigated for fraud, especially when an auditor quit. Just kind of think about that. All right, here we go. NVIDIA's down. Oh, hang on a second. Look at that move. We're going towards 141. It's at 140 now. Anybody want to buy the dip? Okay, just broke under 140. All right, let's see. Caesar, I'm going to bring you up in a second. I don't want you to hurt everybody's ears while we look at NVIDIA's report. Let's see. Revenue for the third quarter was $35.1 billion, up 17% from the prior quarter and up 94% from a year ago. It looks like it's hold. I was about to say it looks like it's holding at 140 and just gap down. Earnings per share was up 16% from the prior quarter and up 111% from a year ago. What do you say? The age of AI is in full steam, propelling a global shift to NVIDIA's computing, said Jensen Huang. Demand for Hopper in anticipation for Blackwell, which is in full production, are incredible as foundation model makers scale pre-training, post-training, and inference. All right. Blah, blah, blah. More CEO speak. Let's see. We got any guidance here? Because guidance is what matters. CEO commentary. I don't think we have guidance yet. NVIDIA's sitting at 139 right now. Let's see. NVIDIA's outlook for the fourth quarter. Revenue is expected to be $37.5 billion, plus or minus 2%. And what was it? Revenue was 35.1. So that's a bit of a slowdown. That's less than 10% growth, yeah? Nice little bounce. Back up to 141. Oh man. Who did the strangles? I don't know, man. It's not looking good. Let's see. Okay, so beat on revenue. It was a beat on earnings. Yeah, it's coming right back up. Let's see. Let's stare at the charts. Wow, it's coming right back up to where it was. I mean, it's, it's the beginning of the night, so should move all sorts of directions. Nice big gap up to 145.60 from 145. Very nice. Agent of Destruction. RIP to your strangles. Oh, you sold Iron Condor on NVIDIA. Brave man. But that was better than buying strangles, am I right? It's holding. Is he, old Jensen, is he speaking? Still crazy growth even with the slowdown. Yeah. I mean, it's sort of becoming this beast that always grows. I mean, we'll see, right? This is kind of always how it goes, right? I mean, what was it? Cisco during the dot-com bubble? One point it was trading at something like 200 times earnings. Well, I mean, look at Palantir. It was trading at like 500 or something. Kava is trading at like, what was it, like 800? It was Kava, the fast food restaurant. I don't even think, do they even qualify as fast casual? Would you even call Kava fast casual? Yeah, Kava's Mediterranean Chipotle. I got to call Chipotle CEO and say, hello, CEO. My name's Luce. You need to copy Kava and just steal their market. Just do it. You already have the operations. Easy. You got the whole restaurant set up. Why not? Eat their lunch. They could probably do Kava better than Kava. I'm going to be honest. Kava used to be good. I liked the serving size. The flavor was good. And then they said, we need IPO and we need to boost these margins. And bad, very bad Kava. They are greedy for growth. And We'll see how that goes. I honestly, I don't know anyone that likes kava. I really don't. And I know handfuls of people. All right. I guess this is all we got for NVIDIA. It's just kind of chilling. Let's see. Blackwell production shipments scheduled to begin in fourth quarter of 2025 and will continue to ramp into fiscal 2026. They have certain supply constraints. The demand for Blackwell currently is exceeding supply, or they're expecting it to exceed supply for several quarters in 2026, fiscal year 2026. So that's basically next year, because the fiscal year ends January of 26. Yeah, so they beat data center and gaming revenue, both beat. Did this move SMCI? Let's see. No, SMCI didn't move. What about Broadcom? Broadcom's down a bit, but I guess nothing's really down except our feelings. All right, McLovin, coming up. What words do you have for us? People on YouTube, brace yourselves. Nothing grows forever. It's true. Except NVIDIA. No, they have had down years for sure. I'm going to give Caesar a minute as he figures out how to speak. Yeah, you have Broadcom that moved with NVIDIA. You have AMD. What else we got? ASML, they move? Oh, they're not really trading. What about Taiwan Semiconductor? It moved with NVIDIA. Yeah, most of the big semiconductor companies, the ones that matter, as I type in Intel. Intel moved with NVIDIA. What about the Mag 7 or the... there are like 8 big companies, right? The Great 8. Let's see. Amazon? Did Amazon move? A little bit. Google moved a bit. What about Meta? They've been linked to NVIDIA for a while. Tesla. Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft and Amazon kind of the same. Yeah. Nvidia going back down towards 140. Yeah, still moving quite a bit. It doesn't look like it, but that's. Keep in mind, this candlestick right here, right as they released earnings, they went from 146. We'll call it. What is that? 146.26 down to 137.93. So that was an $8.50 movement, $8.70 move. Sorry, what is math? $6.30 move. That's what it is, and that. How many shares do they have? 24.53 billion. Yeah, that's like $150 billion move. Yeah, Caesar, you want to tell us about the stock that's more overvalued than NVIDIA, but they just sell groceries, and then your investment group bought shares, or they decided to hold shares? I'm still unclear. You didn't interpret the whole situation very well.
No, we had voted to buy it, but I suggested we shouldn't.
Attaboy. You should ask Perplexity to do a DCF valuation on Sprouts. Yeah, tell your group, just don't do any more work ever because they're not good at it. And all they have to do to make any decisions is ask Perplexity for a DCF, since they are very much in love with DCF. Andy, you bought NVIDIA at 140? Well, see, now it's going to go down. Not much of a discount, I'm going to be honest. Or, sorry, not much of a discount relative to what it closed at. And you had a low of 137.92. I think if you really wanted NVIDIA, I think the way to go would be to wait until tomorrow. IV is probably still going to be fairly high. I mean, obviously, people are going to get IV crushed like old Agent of Destruction. your strangles got destroyed. But IV will still be high enough to sell some puts or put spreads if you really want NVIDIA. Because I'm willing to bet if you sell put spreads, you roll them, sell monthly, roll them every 20 days, something like that. That's probably pretty good money. Unless it crashes, of course. Then it's not good money. But hey, you were going to buy the shares anyway, so. That's what I would do. But I already made my trade, so. I'm in a good spot. Cover calls on my buy right. Those get crushed. Feeling pretty good about that. All right. I don't think there's much else to talk about here. NVIDIA's still growing. They beat estimates. They beat revenue. Guidance does seem a bit light on a quarterly basis. Let me check one more time, see if they gave guidance for further out. All they said that was the Blackwell chips would be short of supply. They wouldn't be able to meet demand in 2026. And that's definitely worked well for NVIDIA in the past. So I guess that was their way of saying we're going to do it again. Yeah, I think on a quarterly basis, revenue only grew something like 7.5%. Would be interesting to see some cyclicality in the data center market. But again, NVIDIA, I mean, if sales are going to be as strong for the Hopper and Blackwell chips, yeah, maybe they can offset the cyclicality. But even still, when the crypto boom was dying out in 2022, growth still moderated to zero, and the markets punished them for it. So it's pretty clear the markets have not punished NVIDIA in a while. Yeah. I mean, you had that nice drop in August. That was a good time to nab some shares. But yeah, here we are back at 143. Well, all right. Caesar, thank you for sharing your precious thoughts. I'm going to end the YouTube stream, but we can hang out here in Discord land for a bit longer. Again, YouTube people, if you want to continue talking, just join the server. The link is in the About section of my YouTube channel. So I would say congrats to NVIDIA holders, but you didn't really move. So congrats if you sold vol. Good job there. So, yeah. a bit underwhelming, I think. I was thinking they would give more guidance. Let me read this real quick, and then I'll sign off of YouTube. Okay, it was just the same thing. Just Q4 revenue, $37.5 billion, plus or minus 2%, versus expectation of $37.09 billion. All right, nothing new. All right, farewell, YouTube land. Join the server if you like, and we'll keep it going on Discord. Have a good night.